Thank you for listening to today's episode of Medical Device Global Market Access by Cure Global. In this episode, we are diving into a significant development for medical device manufacturers targeting the United States market: the proposed medical device user fee amendments for fiscal years 2028 through 2032, known as MDUFA II. On August 10, 2026, the US Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, held a public meeting to discuss the draft agreement, and one proposal, in particular, has caught the attention of the global industry. The central point of discussion is the proposed increase in user fees specifically for overseas manufacturers. The draft agreement suggests a new fee structure that would require non-US-based facilities to pay significantly higher annual establishment registration fees compared to their domestic counterparts. The FDA's justification for this change is rooted in the higher costs associated with conducting inspections of foreign facilities. These costs include travel, logistics, and the time required for investigators to be on-site abroad, which the agency argues are not fully covered by the current uniform fee structure. This isn't just about recovering travel expenses. It's about aligning the user fee program with the actual resources required to ensure the safety and effectiveness of devices from all sources. This proposed change represents a fundamental shift. For years, the establishment registration fee has been the same for all manufacturers, regardless of location. If MDUFA II is passed as proposed, it could substantially alter the financial calculus for international companies selling devices in the US. The increased financial burden could disproportionately affect smaller to mid-sized international firms, potentially creating new barriers to market entry or continued participation in one of the world's largest medical device markets. It also signals the FDA's increasing focus on cost recovery and ensuring that its user fee program accurately reflects the resources expended in its regulatory oversight activities, especially as global supply chains become more complex. The timeline for these changes is moving quickly. Following the public meeting on August 10, 2026, the FDA has opened a docket for public comments. This is a critical window for all stakeholders, especially international manufacturers, to provide feedback on the proposal's potential impact. The deadline for submitting these comments is crucial, as the FDA will consider this input before finalizing the commitment letter that outlines the terms of the agreement. This final package is scheduled to be delivered to the United States Congress in January 2027 for legislative consideration. Once it goes to Congress, the opportunity for substantial changes diminishes significantly, making the current comment period the most effective time to voice concerns. So, what practical steps should your regulatory, quality, or market access teams be considering right now? First, we strongly recommend obtaining and thoroughly reviewing the MDUFA II draft agreement documents from the FDA's website. Understand the specific fee tiers and how they are calculated for foreign establishments to see where your company falls. Second, perform a financial impact analysis. Project the potential increase in costs for your company for the fiscal years 2028 through 2032 to understand the long-term budgetary implications for your U.S. market presence. Third, prepare and submit formal comments to the FDA docket. Your feedback should be data-driven, clearly articulating how the proposed fee structure would impact your business operations and ability to supply devices to the U.S. market. Finally, consider collaborating with your industry trade associations. These organizations often consolidate feedback from multiple members, which can amplify the industry's collective voice during this crucial negotiation phase. Navigating these evolving regulatory landscapes is complex, but proactive engagement is key. The proposed MDUFA II fees are not yet law, and industry feedback can play a role in shaping the final outcome. If you need help with your U.S. market access strategy, understanding FDA requirements, or preparing submissions, please check out Pure Global. We specialize in helping medical device companies navigate global regulatory challenges. For more information and access to our free AI-powered regulatory tools and device database, please check the description. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.